everyone, and welcome back to NieR Replicant. This is episode 13. Last time, we got to investigate the shipwreck where there was a little girl, soon to be an immortal shade, that we had to put significant effort into defeating. And it was a very interesting scene as well, because we had this element of language that we couldn't understand. We could see that the shade was clearly speaking, and I've assumed it was the forgotten language, you know, the dead language, so maybe we are not able to understand it as the characters in the game and also the player of the game, which I think is very cool. I'm sure we'll get more on that later. And then we witnessed a royal wedding, and it was unfortunately cut short, and the Shade Wolf rocked up and eliminated Fira, it's just like another reminder of like, no happy endings, no happiness in this game, just misery. We are pushing north once again. We are heading back to the Forest of Myth, so have not been there in 5 years. So have not been to the Forest of Myth in 5 years. So that's where we're going right now. We're focusing on the main story, and we're going to see what's going on, because there are some side quests here as well. There is something for us to explore here. So I'm curious to see what is going to be different about the Forest of Myth all these years later. See how the town is dealing with their recovery from the Death Dream. We do have some other side quests, one in this region as well, so we'll be taking a look at that for sure.
The home of that blasted dream.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
He's still here, sitting in the same spot. He's who we have to talk to, so let me take a look around.
Yes, I saw a child a while back. I think he was playing over by the Divine Tree.
Forest curse? Oh, come now. You know there's no such thing. Oh, if that's what happened, I suppose curse might be an appropriate thing to call it.
Everything seems normal here.
We appear to have hit a dead end. Say, what is that on the ground?
Just some funny-looking berries.
Ah, poisonous ones, I'd wager.
Well, I'm sure not gonna eat them and find out.
I mean, this looks like an entrance. It's like one of the... I love the trees that look like they have an entrance to it, so it gets your imagination flowing. Alright, we have some poisonous-looking berries.
Oh, hello. How are things? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree.
The Divine Tree?
It's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village.
Did you investigate the cause of this presence?
Not really, no.
And why not?
Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's just how things have always been.
Weird.
It's just how things have always been. Oh, and a new item has appeared in front of the tree. Sorry? What?
Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately?
You should talk, Vice.
Ha! As if Grimoire Weiss is capable of spouting such nonsense.
Hang on. I don't think it's done. Does that mean it'll tell us what we want to know? That'd be nice.
What the hell? Ooh, okay, we're doing this again. That was such a cool voice effect. That came from the item on the ground? Black. Pure darkness. Painted over everything. Words. Scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words. Difficult words. Amorous words. All sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words were few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. "This is wrong," whispered the tree in the voice of the wind through the leaves. "This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed." Once, long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its function, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. Once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world. Words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy, too, has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep green eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him, but he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon, this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming. He knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, this might not be so. But this conversation never happens. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. Look at my memory. There is a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child only exists in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 33 companions, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce, low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She has been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. The memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word: loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favorite of mine. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the young man and his companion entered the room. Well, this place is gloomy as hell. The room Apocalypse had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Apocalypse suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the Forest of Myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. That is all that remains. As Apocalypse stared at the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Look there. A small, shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It appeared to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth, sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. This shade appears to be consuming the memories. These things eat memories? The tree extended a branch toward Apocalypse. Without a second thought, Apocalypse brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree, there is the conviction memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. I implore... It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? The green jewel that you just spit out? It spoke. This shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Apocalypse brushed Vice's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to Apocalypse. I must touch him. I must make contact. The moment its fingers brushed against Apocalypse, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arm, and out to its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone, 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New, powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than the simple emotions it had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the young man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beasts? Her daughter and 33 friends. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key! Cried the book. Secure the key! The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burrowed its way into the wall. This world is falling apart. How can a world of letters? I implore, most important thing, world. Ooh. Yona. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letters slowly faded, Apocalypse was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied.
What in the...
Oh, dude. This shit is so creative and cool. Now, it was apparently, this is the fun part, is the first time I encountered this, it was stated that this was apparently like a budget limitation thing initially. And I think what's really fun is when creative people do have certain restrictions and they're forced to go beyond those restrictions however they can and work with it however they can. I think that some of the best writing in this game are from these particular scenes, because it's that text and the way that they describe things and the way that the music comes in while certain scenes are playing, and the information that we're able to try and gather from these scenes is incredible. I really love it. I love being able to narrate and voice it as well. It's incredibly satisfying. So this tree of like memory, it all comes across as very like hard drive like, you know, it comes across as like technology and storage, and like this is a memory labeled this, and they're stored in like crystals. It's so interesting the way that these things are described, the tree and memory crystals and history. And guys, is that a Expedition 33 reference? It's so funny reading 33 friends. I'm like, whoa. Honestly, just really, really cool to let a scene like that play out, and how creative they get with like the words struggling to form. Like a world of letters, how could this be even possible? How could we struggle to speak? I like how it implores you to like visualize it as well as you're just reading the text. So cool.
I never realized shades were capable of rational thought.
I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. I just want to kill him without all this hassle.
With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind.
Nice. The memory tree key fragment. Oh, so that's what that was. Cool. Okay, we have 3 fragments now. I love the Forest of Myth for being an area that is on the surface very small and devoid of like visual content, like it's just this one area. But what they're able to do with that level of that writing is just so creative. I really adore it. Aha! So, check to see if letters arrived from the younger brother, or go speak with Popola. So this will be our potential follow-up to the junk heap, and the weapon that we've is getting fixed.
Let's see if the junk heap kid sent us a letter.
The strange presence has left the divine tree. But it made me think. I mean, why are we worshipping a tree? That's odd, right? Sometimes I wonder why we do any of the things we do. Oh, that reminds me. I have a rather interesting story for you. Would you care to hear it?
Ooh. Another story. Therefore. So. There's a pretense for in fact, furthermore, I fucking spammed it so much I didn't even see the last thing, so like, fuck. Such a fascinating tale. Are you being serious? Of course not. Why couldn't I get any of that?
The strange presence, but it... Oh, that
What? How interesting. Okay. Is this, like, related to potentially, like, sealed verse stuff? Maybe there are certain words that are lost? Oh god, I missed that again. Alright, so furthermore is the last one. Hold on a sec. I need to see what he says at the end. Speed run. So what is it? Furthermore is the last page. Alright, let me see this. Here we go. And that was the end of that. There you go. Such a fascinating tale. I wonder if that is the result of us defeating the tree. I don't know. Like I said, there was this element in Kingdom Hearts for a little bit where this entity was able to steal the word. They removed the word and the existence of the word associated to an object. And that was because the world that they were living in was simulated. It was able to be affected in that way. It was a simulated version of the world, which kind of explained why words were able to be lifted. And they're like, I can't say the word photos, and our photos have been stolen, but we can't even say the word. And it's so interesting.
You guys solved the mystery yet?
No, we got nothing.
Too bad. Hey, what's with those berries?
What, these? We picked them up over by that huge tree. I thought maybe...
Gimme. I'm starving.
No.
Are you mad? Those berries are clearly poisonous. Even one such as you can't hope to...
Damn, these are delicious. Give me more.
Well, in that case, I suppose I should try one.
Grimoire Vice being like, why do I travel with these bumbling idiots? Awesome! Why? I just immediately fucking... Kaine's fine.
I think Vice was right about those berries. Feels like somebody stabbed me in the gut.
Hey, what's wrong? Oh no, don't tell me you ate one of those berries. For the love of trees, those things are deadly. Quick, take this antidote before you perish.
So why was Kaine fine? 5 minutes later.
Thought I was a goner there.
Are you an idiot? Didn't you see the lumps? The unusual colors? Only a child would attempt to eat something like that.
A child? Oh, crap. I bet that kid ate one of these berries.
Yes, quite possibly. And if the poison is this painful for you, I can only imagine what it would do to a small child.
Hey, Kaine, did you take the antidote?
Don't need it. God, those berries were amazing.
The truly amazing thing is that your stomach is fouler than your taste in clothing.
If you had genitals, I would so chop them off right now.
Okay, do we reckon that that's because Kaine is possessed by a shade and therefore has a different level of digestion?
This place sucks. Still can't feel my arms and legs.
I feel great.
Man, you must have a cast iron stomach, Kaine.
The hussy's internal organs are as filthy as her mouth.
Why do you have to be such a shithead all the time, Book?
It might be like the shade possession. So the way that her body processes, like, sustenance might be just completely different. Would be my guess as to why she can withstand it. Oh,
I've never
God.
seen a shade this large around here.
Be careful. This is a formidable foe.
Is this the large shade that I was actually looking for, though? Because I was looking for a big shade. That's why I I went over in that direction. I was like, maybe I can summon the shade. Looks like I am doing that right now. Nice. Ashkura. Complex machine. And the one-handed sword, Labyrinth's Whisper.
Stupid trash getting in our way.
It's hard to imagine a shade being here. It's almost like it was waiting for us. They can't be that intelligent.
Oh, really now? Can you truly say so with all confidence? The tactics of the Shades grow more intricate with each passing year. It would not surprise me to see them setting elaborate traps for us before long.
We'd better wipe them out before they get too smart.
In any case, we won't be able to live in peace until we take out the Shadow Lord.
Okay. Meanwhile, NieR is just like, I don't care. I don't care that they can play the fiddle. They all must die. Even if they start speaking at him and saying, wait, I'm actually a ghost in the shell. And they go, and he goes, I don't care. So we're going to check to see if we've received this letter. I guess we can check in with Popola as well.
We killed the Shade at the bridge.
My daughter is dead. She passed while you were gone. Here, take this money. I won't be needing it anymore.
Damn. Ooh. Okay.
I need
and then we got to speak to someone in the village in relation to the child.
Ma'am, I think your child ate a poison berry. If you give him this antidote, he should recover.
Oh, thank you. I'll have him take it right away.
Glad to hear it.
And perhaps remind him not to eat foodstuffs he finds on the ground.
Nice. Honestly, surprised the kid survived.
Is your husband around? I have something for him.
Sorry, he's out shopping for weapons right now.
Oh, all right. Well, can you give him this book?
Fine.
If I may, madam, what is it about our transaction that has you so dissatisfied?
Our treasure map.
This is another map, isn't it? Well, as soon as he sees it, he's going to run off on some fool treasure hunt again. One of these days, he's going to get himself killed.
I understand. I know what it's like to worry about someone.
I don't suppose... Look, is there any way you can find this treasure? If you can track it down and bring it to my husband, that would be enough to satisfy his curiosity.
I think we can do that. But first, we gotta figure out where this map leads.
That seems like Popola's area of expertise. Perhaps she has some advice for us.
Yeah, let's go talk to her.
Surely you are aware that meddling in the affairs of a married couple will accomplish nothing.
Look, I took on a job and I'm gonna see it through.
Your sense of duty is positively breathtaking.
Hey, I know what it feels like to worry about family. If we can keep others out of danger by handling stuff like this, I'm all for it.
It is a tremendous burden. And yet I cannot say I dislike that way of thinking.
He's coming around to it.
Which job should I give you first?
Damn, alright. We've got a list of new ones. We have a Shade Entombed, Research Project, and a City Reborn.
Facade needs you to put the hurt on some bandits. I wrote down the client's location. Oh, you... Which job should I give you first? Another guy in Facade wanted your help with something. I tell ya, if it wasn't for you, that whole city would just fall apart. I wrote down the client's location. Oh, which job should I give you first? That butler from the manor needs your help. You sure do keep some strange company. I wrote down the... Oh, which job should I give you first? I got a request from the government of Facade. You're like our town's ambassador or something. I wrote down the client's location.
Very good. 3 in Facade, 1 in the Butler's Manor.
Oh, you. Yeah, I'm quite busy now. If you happen upon
Any sheep or boar? Alright. I think we shall have a look and see if we have this letter. We do.
You have a letter, it would seem.
This is to inform you that the upgrade work on your weapon has been completed. The weapon is ready and available for pickup at your earliest convenience. I also have a more personal request to make of you. One I hope we can discuss further once you arrive to pick up the weapon. Yours, Two Brothers Weaponry.
A personal request, hmm?
He's done a lot for us. We should see what he wants. Off to the junk heap, then.
And interestingly enough, has retained the name of two brothers, I guess, in his memory. Let me do a bit of a restock on stuff. We'll come up here. Where does this money come from? Where do the supplies come from in this house? Okay, so we can check in with Poplar. And then we check in with Poplar again later in relation to the main quest, I expect.
Hey, got a minute? I have a map I need your help with.
Sure. What kind of map?
Here, let me show you.
This looks like a map of the Lost Shrine. Apparently this leads to some unidentified object of great importance. It also talks about a hidden room in the Lost Shrine where sunlight doesn't reach. I bet that's where your secret treasure is hiding.
A hidden room in the Lost Shrine, huh? Thanks for the help.
Oh, not at all. Glad to be of service. Don't push yourself too hard.
Okay. To the Lost Shrine to find the treasure for this husband that has already gone off somewhere on an errand. So let's see if he ends up being alive when we return, because there seems to be a bit of a running theme here. I think we shall pursue these side quests. We'll check in with the butler again, because there was this curious shade that was in the library last time, and we're like, why is it there? They can't read. So we'll see what the butler thinks this time, and then we'll go to Facade.
Oh, there.
Oh, I don't need to get on the... I don't know why I'm getting onto the boat now. The manor is close by. We'll head to the manor now.
Welcome back, Master Emile.
Hello, Sebastian. I'm glad you're doing well.
Is something the matter, Butler?
I am searching, sir, for a way to restore Master Emile's body to its previous state.
Oh, Sebastian.
Regrettably, the above-ground archives are somewhat limited. According to my information, the records related to Master Emile are stored on the second basement floor. Things would be easier if I could delve into the manor's underground research facilities, but what with all the creatures there...
You want us to go down there and take out some shades?
Oh, no. I can't let you do that for me.
Emile, cut it out. We're friends. This is what friends do.
To the second basement.
Please do keep yourself safe, Master Emile.
Even more secrets to be uncovered. I'm excited for this. I suppose we go down to the first part of the basement, and then that'll eventually open up another part to be accessible for us. Oh.
What's this?
It appears to be a list of names and addresses. Perhaps they were employed at the laboratory. The text is half faded, but I see one woman used to live in a coastal town.
A coastal town? They must mean seafront.
The woman is most likely dead by now, but perhaps a search of her home will turn up something.
Ooh, okay. Employee list.
Maybe we'll learn something about Emile over in seafront.
I guess that's what we were looking for, considering the forced exit. I was like, oh, there's other documents that I need to be looking out for. No, just the one. Okay, there you go. So we're going to go to seafront. That's quite interesting. I didn't even know what I was looking for. I didn't even know if we were in the right area, so that's pretty funny. If we didn't go into that room, I probably would have gone even further ahead looking for something, so there you go. So let's try and find a particular house in Seafront.
The paper mentions a house right above the entrance to a coastal town.
Right above the entrance, nice. Is it in our documents list? Let me just mark these off. No. Right above the entrance, so I guess we're going up here. Oh!
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
Not at all.
Did anyone in your family ever do weapon research? Anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I think one of my older relatives used to do something like that. Why are you asking me this?
I'm looking into some of her research. You have any old records or anything?
Oh, man. Maybe? I don't know. If you hold on, I'll go take a look. Sorry about that. This is all I could find.
It's a letter. How curious. It is written in a language I do not recognize.
Yeah, we never could figure out what this was about, but it was important, whatever it was. She kept this thing under lock and key at all times.
It might be some kind of code that we can decipher back at the lab. You mind if we take this?
Go ahead. We've just been keeping it around because we don't know what else to do with it.
Let's go back and show this to the butler.
There's such an interesting thing about secrets, you know, and documents and these things that are considered so precious, lock and key, confidential. And then eventually, because it's so secretive, and you're not even able to tell or explain to relatives what it is, eventually that stuff just becomes irrelevant. It's like, I don't know, we've just been holding on to it, so sure, why not? Ow! And something that was, you know, inaccessible and so secretive just becomes this, oh yeah, this was just found in like a dusty box. Take it if you want. Let's see if the butler can decipher this.
It appears to be encrypted.
Oh, yeah?
It begins with Dearest Emile, and then... Why, this appears to be a message for you, Master Emile.
A letter, is it?
To me?
Dearest Emile, you do not know me, but I know you. My research has twisted your life in unfathomable ways. I tried to make up for this by serving as your mother. But I know now that my efforts fell woefully short. I would have done anything to save you from this fate. And you will never know how guilty I feel that I could not.
I remember her now. Hundreds of years ago, there was a woman who watched over me and my sister. The other scientists treated us like lab rats. But that woman, she was really nice. I think she kind of made me what I am today.
Your mother, huh?
You know, I didn't find a way to fix my body. But I don't care anymore. This letter helps me remember my mother. And that means more to me than anything.
So I guess this whole turning Emile and Halua into these weapons kind of ceased their aging. Like, kept as young children forever, and except for the fact that Halua was then transformed seemingly into this large weapon, and then by Emile dealing with that, his true form or weapon form was revealed or something. But yeah, hundreds of years of history there.
I swear I will find a way to cure you someday, Master Emile.
Do you reckon the woman sort of created this butler as a way for that to happen? Maybe to reverse the effects or something, I don't know. So much to think about. But that was our mana quest line. We'll see if there's another request that'll come through later. For now, we are going to take the boat across to Facade, because we've got a few jobs to do there. I guess a shade came near the village today. People kept coming up to me and saying, "Boy, we sure wish your brother was around." Apocalypse kicking that shade's ass.
Say, can you eat scorpions?
Indeed you can. Long ago, people operated food stands where they impaled the creatures on skewers and fried them whole.
Where did you learn that?
Who can say? I do not know. Some portions of the past are inexplicably clear in my memory.
Whatever, Gramps.
What was that hussy?
He's like, yeah, I just know some stuff about history. Don't know how, though. A book with so much knowledge within it that it does not even know where that information came from. We've started getting enough money where I could probably buy some more of these weapons, and we could look at getting more upgrades to them. Then we can read the stories. This is a nice little strong one. So I'm going to get the Phoenix Spear, and I'll get the Earthworm's Claw as well. We'll get the Holy Spear later.
Run up.
Now let's have a look at these weapons that we've just had a look at. We've never tried this. I need to think about that in terms of the orders. That's not really a tab that I look at a lot, is it? Alright. Phoenix Spear. There was once a warrior in a frontier nation who feared not death. He was so brawny and powerful, arrows were said to bounce harmlessly off his flesh. For this reason, the warrior always threw himself into the thick of any battle. Forged by monks from feathers of the legendary Firebird, it was a tool of self-defense. Giant egg and gold ore to upgrade. And then, what was it? Oh, was it not a spear? Hang on. It was a one-armed sword. Made from the fossil of an ancient beast. It's more unwieldy than most swords, but further forging can help. You need scorpion claws for this one. An elderly scholar sits in the dim reference room of a moldy museum. Before him lies a single box which has long been sealed away. It is an article the museum's previous curator made abundantly clear should never be opened. Pandora's box. 54% on the weapon collection. Now, apparently, if you wish to, take on the endeavor of grinding for materials to level up weapons, it's potentially not going to be the best thing for us to do in terms of how long it takes. So we may end up just reading the full stories online when we get to the end of the playthrough. I think that could be an idea at the very least. We'll check it out. See what happens. We shall see. Alright, here's our new spear. I'll endeavor to at least gather all of the weapons. We'll do the initial step at the very least. So we have a request from the government of Facade, which I assume will be in the place itself. We got this guy. Please hear our supplication.
Are you talking to me?
The wolves have dealt our city a devastating blow, and we are just starting to rebuild. However, the scale of the destruction was massive, and we find ourselves running low on metal and wood. We need to acquire 20 pieces of iron ore, 20 pieces of clay, and 20 logs. Aye.
Sure, but you have to stop calling me Mighty One.
Thank you for lending an ear to our plight. 20 pieces each of items. Horrible. Okay. Grinding for materials it is. There's a lot of stuff that is related to that we could just buy, but there's a lot of stuff that you can just find out in the wild. It'll just take some time. And it's like, I want to see these side quests to completion, but a lot of them are just gathering materials, which is a little bit painful. And by a little bit, I mean very painful. See if the king's hanging out here. I suppose there's no point sitting around moping all day. Fira would yell at me if she saw me doing that. And yet, he continues to mope regardless. Even with the wolves gone, the threat of the shades remain, but we should avoid excessive hunting of shades. We know well the punishment for such an act. Whoa. Interesting statement there. A punishment for such an act of hunting too many shades? I mean, you want to share with the claws? My boy here is pretty obsessed with killing as many as possible. Awesome. So I guess we'll be getting consequences for our actions soon enough. The Strange Things store also needs the logs and iron ore, same as the other guy, so that's painful. So I need 30 of those for these two. Excuse me, sir, I have an urgent request.
What is it?
We've received word that bandits are breaking into the Baron Temple. However, the rules prevent us from entering the temple and dispatching the intruders. Therefore, we would like you to eliminate the thieves in our stead.
Sounds like my kind of job.
Please be careful. It is bad enough that the bandits are in our most sacred place, but if they were to touch the seal...
Sorry, the seal?
Legend tells of a powerful shade that has been locked away in a section of the temple. If they stumble across it during their search for treasure...
Yes, that would be bad. And for the bandits as well.
Let's go.
We'll probably end up taking out that shade because he's now more motivated to do the job. We have a problem. A great number of people have gone missing in a sandstorm lately.
That's not good. You have any idea why?
No. The soldiers investigated, but they didn't find anything. Nightmares and dust.
We'd better look into it.
Okay. So, look into the sandstorms, go to the Baron Temple, find so many materials that you'll go dizzy.
Headache.
What is?
We've not the time to worry about random bandits.
Look, the temple is really important to the masked people.
Then perhaps they should go inside and protect it themselves.
Quit being difficult, Vice. I know there are rules about that.
And thus, my headache.
Stop bitching and get moving.
Everybody in Facade seemed kind of depressed.
Little surprise when they were attacked by wolves and their queen lies dead.
They all really loved Fira, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
We should help them if we can. They've earned that much.
You're right, Kaine.
God damn it. Let me harvest my materials. Oh, I can use the moon. The moonflowers can actually be consumed to restore HP. Oh, interesting. Didn't realize that. Oh, Jesus Christ. We got a flying shade. It's the first time I was like, what is that shadow? Okay. Oh. focusing on the shade, and the scorpion gets me. Okay, this guy's just annoying. There we go. Okay, first time encounter of the airborne shade. Before we go back to the Baron Temple, I want to take a look and see if we can go through here into this area again. Now that we've been here once before. We can. Alright. It's a fast travel point, but with water instead of sand. So it's like a little well. It's like this thing would have previously been like sewers or a waterway, but I can't like activate this or open it to go through it. Because there's just no switch to operate it.
Someone's in front of the temple.
Help! Help!
You must be one of the bandits. What happened?
There's a huge shade inside. We were just looking for Trish. Anyway, it's huge. I made it out, but my fellow friends are still in there.
It seems the worst-case scenario has come to pass.
Screw these guys. They made their bed, let them shit in it.
If that shade is as big as they claim, it's too dangerous to let it live. Let's go in and take care of it.
Love that the bandits are just dressed like the village guards. Today, Devil said that Kaine is put together in all the right places. I don't know what any of that means, but that's what I want to be when I grow up. Put together in all the right places. Interesting. Okay, where do I have to go through all of the rooms again? Okay. Because I don't think I would have to go into like the rooms like this anymore, because previously I had to go into these rooms to then open the others. So I'm just testing if I need to waste my time doing this. So it's spawning shades in here, but there's no lasers. But I have to destroy the enemies. Yeah. Gebal, used with magic. Magic power plus 12. O Master of the Trial, it is time to devote yourself to the next rule. So we're able to just run past at this point. This is the way that we went last time. I think, wasn't there something, there was one of these earlier rooms that I think it had something where I couldn't proceed further. I can't remember which one it is. It might be this long hallway. Time forgetting monkey. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. My word.
Be the shade that was sealed away.
There we go.
That was intense. No wonder they sealed that thing up.
Still, it was no match for our combined might.
True enough. Let's grab the surviving bandit and take him back to Facade.
So this is where we can choose to just exit from here. Seems that you can grind for materials in this temple. You can get meteorites and stuff.
I'm getting out of here before those guys get back.
Oh, I'm afraid you came up with that brilliant scheme a little too late.
Ah, damn it!
Oh, just straight up kill him. Kaine goes straight for the kill.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Shut up, you! I'll get you. I'll get you for this.
Shut the hell up before I tear off your arms, ram a stick up your ass, and turn you into a kebab.
Keep her away from me!
That you were able to restrain that hooligan with words alone is testament to your vulgar speech and vile character.
Cram it up your index, book.
If you guys are done snarking at each other, let's tie this guy up and get back already.
Deliver him unto Facade justice.
I sentenced the bandit to 10 years in prison. The seal was open when we got there, but we defeated the Shade.
Thank you. I knew you were up to the task. The king sends this payment with his compliments. Nice. Always do Facade quests. They got money. Alright, now I've got to do... couple in the lost shrine that we've got to do. Not looking forward to this. So a great number of people have gone missing in the sandstorm. So let's go investigate the sandstorm. Oh, there's a little staircase that goes down here. I've never been down here before. Can this take us to what we're looking for? Interesting. There's... I can fish here. Jesus. Does fishing in the sandstorm give us anything better? Oh my god. I can fish here, but at what cost? It's not really salt or fresh water, is it? It's fucking sand. How was I supposed to... I wasn't even able to respond to it getting eaten. If it's moving like this, it's gotta be a living thing, right? Oh my fucking god. How? I don't want to do this anymore. Fuck you! Why is fishing so brutal? I haven't gotten anything living from fishing, like, in my last 6,000 attempts. Why? Just give me something to tell me that there's some life out there. Terrible. And here I am thinking, oh, if I go down the staircase, it might be tied to the fucking sandstorm disappearances. No?
Is this the culprit? A shade that appears within sandstorms?
Careful. You can't see a thing in here.
Ugh. There's sand in my mouth!
Thank you. Okay. I've been roaming the sandstorm, leaving the area, coming back in the area, just wandering around, and finally something appears. I'm like, what is going on in the sandstorm? There it is.
Now it all makes sense. He was hiding in a storm and then attacking people. That's pretty smart for a shade.
We'd best inform the client.
Now I get to return home.
There was a large shade hiding inside the sandstorm. That's what happened to your people.
It was inside the storm. No wonder we couldn't find it. Thank you very much. Here is your payment.
Stay alert. Where there's one shade, there's usually more.
Very nice indeed. Okay, we're going to now travel to the junk heap.
Hey there. Your weapon is ready to go.
Great. Thanks.
You know, with a weapon like that...
You were going to say?
I need to ask you for a favor.
Oh, yeah?
I want you to avenge my brother.
That is a rather ponderous favor.
It's my mission. It's the whole reason I've been creating these weapons for the past 4 years. I don't care about money. I only care about making a weapon strong enough to kill those bastards.
Which bastards?
The ones in the mountain. That little shade and his robot.
A shade has joined forces with a robot?
There's a shade in there?
Yes.
And what have we decided?
We're gonna kill it.
Shade mentioned, accepted the quest. Even though it's kind of the younger brother's fault for going in there, and then the older brother pushing him out of the way and sacrificing his life for him. And he could have just not gone in there. I guess he's unable to see the error of his ways through that cloud of grief.
You've got to avenge my brother. Kill him. Kill that damn robot. Rip him up. By the way, what can I help you with?
The shift in rip him up. Oh yeah, by the way, do you need any help? Any help? We can upgrade the Phoenix Spear, which I think we shall do with our giant egg. Forged. The Beast Lord can go to level 3. Yes. A Labyrinth Whisper with Fluorite. Silver Ore, Broken Murder. We'll take Ancient Overlord and Labyrinth's Whisper to level 2 each. And then Beast Curse as well. Oh, I can do Beast Curse once more to level 3. Alright, we have some stories to read.
Come back soon.
Come back soon. Okay, so we upgraded Ancient Overlord. One day the Queen, the King's dearest love, lost her life in a tragic accident. She was with child, and the tragedy occurred shortly before the babe was to be born. Distraught with grief upon hearing the news, the aged king found himself unable to accept the prospect of his royal bloodline dying with him. The Labyrinth's Whisper. So this girl, we haven't actually read this story at all. So, forged from steel and liquefied beast fangs, the blade is red with the blood of countless sacrificial offerings. And the full story is, So this girl had a huge set of horns on her, beautiful horns like a bull just growing out of her head above her ears. I had myself a gander at where those horns met the head, and let me tell you, they were coming straight out of her skull. She was the only kid like that in the whole village. The others were all normal. The kid with the horns, though, born real small, apparently. The horns were, not the kid. And hell, they would have needed to be. Fat chance the kid's mama would have been able to push out a pair of horns as huge as that. Oh. You'd think a girl like that would have been bullied, right? Well, you'd be wrong. That kid was the hardest person for miles in any direction. Wasn't a man in the village who'd tangle with her. We're talking men who ain't scared of nothing. The Horned Girl. The Beast Lord. One day the king contracted an illness most dire, one which caused his body to rot while he was still alive. But though diseased, the king would still drag his decaying flesh to the executions all the same. His retainers dared not defy their king, so they continued to kill day after day after day after day. The Iron Will is now level 2, which just says, I grant death. I transform the dread and screams of my foes to elation. I festoon my iron skin with their viscera. When I rob them of life, I am filled with dark joy. When I crush them beneath me, I find meaning in my birth, and I continue to kill, that I might share this delight with all. I kill and kill and kill and kill. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. Sentient edgy blade. The Beast Curse, we have, when the nation was beset upon by a most contagious disease, the youngest son did naught but laze about the palace, humming to himself all the while. But his cheerful music comforted the townspeople, so instead of hating him, they sang his praises. Oh, what a fine young man, they would say. Just the finest young man you will ever find. When the nation became embroiled in war, the youngest son did naught but laze about the palace, telling stories of the good old days all the while. But his fascinating stories helped the townspeople forget the horrors of war, so instead of hating him, they sang his praises. Oh, what an amazing young man, they would say. Just the most amazing young man you will ever find. A very interesting one. Everything, the horrors that are burdening them, they forget about it because he was entertaining. One day, a beautiful bird appeared before the warrior in a dream. The bird commended the warrior for his valor in battle and offered to grant him one of 2 wishes. The bird could bring an end to war and grant peace to all the world, or the bird could bequeath the warrior an immortal body. The warrior chose immortality. The selfish desires of men. Like, hey, eternal peace? No need for unnecessary bloodshed and death? Or do you want to live forever? What a horrible curse to be stricken with, because now that man will bear witness to an eternity, an unending existence of further bloodshed that he could have stopped at that moment and chose not to. That'll weigh on him longer than living forever ever could. And now we head into the junk heap to take on a robot and a shade both. Let's see how that actually works out for us.
I've never heard of a shade living with a machine. What's that about?
Don't know, don't care. All that matters is that we kill them both.
Okay, I've finally traveled somewhere where dialogue is being spoken. So, I dare say, we're in the right place. So heading back to the same area we were at last time. This might even be dropping down that hole onto the big central chamber. Hence the save point. Yeah.
It seems we have found the entrance to our robot friend's hideout.
Right. Let's head down.
Are you mad? We've no idea what lies below.
Beats going the long way around. Come on.
So there you go. This is my 3rd time making it to this specific moment. First time I fell down here by accident. 2nd time I had to come up here to break that open. Didn't know if I'd be coming back. And then down here. Third time's the charm. Oh, it's riding on its head. Okay. A shade and a robot. P-33. Deathbot activate.
Detected. Scanning. Scanning.
Oh.
Exterminating.
Okay. Gatling gun, fucking arms. Sure. Alright.
Looks like we found it.
Oh, Lord, it's enormous.
Intruder detected. Scanning. Scanning. Exterminating.
Look at the shade!
What about it?
That thing is commanding the robot somehow.
Aim for the legs! Knock it down! Take out the shade!
Aim for the legs or take out the shade. What do you want? Both are connected, but I can't get to its legs because of this goddamn attack it keeps doing.
Must defend my mission.
Must defend my mission?
Oh, damn it. That's a shade. It's a shade!
This sounds like the brother, doesn't it? Whoa. Magnetically assembled junk wings. Wow, okay.
This thing can transform?
Well, not very well. I want to see what it can do.
Watch for falling debris.
Okay.
Look out!
It decides to
Escape.
shoot the ceiling.
Escape. Escape. Go. See the world. Early. 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 Must protect. Must fight.
Where do you think you're going?
Jesus. God, the sound design on its voice is so good. So is the shade speaking through the machine? Oh, there it is. Whoa! There's multiple shades springing from it. Whoa.
Must defend my mission.
What is your mission? The shade is still alive there.
You stupid machine! You killed my family! You took everything from me! You took everything from me! You killed my brother. You killed my mother. If it weren't for you, they'd still be alive!
Hey, come on. That's enough.
I did it! Now that this goddamn thing is dead, I can forage wherever I want. Just wait, you goddamn freak! Now I can make all kinds of powerful weapons! Just leave it to me! Leave it all to me!
Look, we get it, okay? Really?
God damn. Yuri Lowenthal crash out.
Hatred and madness will never heal a wounded heart.
Maybe it's just all he's capable of right now.
Revenge is a fool's errand.
Yeah, I know.
Damn. The Law of Robotics key fragment. Time to check in with Popola. Not here right now. Probably foraging in the junk heap, going mad, maybe. I was expecting something to happen with the shade, because it was still lying on the ground.
Maybe Popola's found some information about the Shadow Lord. Let's drop by the village.
Very well.
Sorry, excuse me. No more other choices to be made, because we have the fragments. In the book, the big tree kept waiting and waiting. I have to wait a lot too. I wish I could do something. Ooh. The big tree and the other journal entry that we've read about, you know, the tree being sad, and then we've just had like that scene and sort of sequence play out in regards to this tree housing memories.
Learned anything new about the Shadow Lord's key, Popola?
You know, I was just going to talk to you about that. You remember the Eyrie, right?
That depressing shell of a village?
Not so much anymore, it sounds like. I just got this letter from the village chief. Have a look.
The office of the chief of the Eyrie, to Popola. My greetings to you in your village. I hope everything is going well. Our village has shut itself away from the world for far too many years, and we have therefore decided it is time to change our ways. As part of this endeavor, we have resolved to establish a shop within the village. It is now open for business, and I look forward to seeing a great many customers visit from all over the world. With regards to the sacrifice keyword you wrote about, one of our villagers claimed to know the meaning behind the term. You are more than welcome to speak to him on the matter as part of your visit to the Eyrie. I hope to hear from you again soon.
Sacrifice? Isn't that the name of one of the key fragments?
That's right. I've been trading notes with leaders from every town in the land.
You're amazing, Popola.
This entire affair strikes me as a bit too convenient.
I'm afraid Grimoire Weiss is correct.
What do you mean?
The Eyrie has been shut off from the world for years. And now they've not only opened trade routes, but they freely exchange information about the Shadow Lord.
I agree. It seems rather unnatural. And dangerous.
You're overthinking it. Besides, I don't care if it's dangerous. I won't get Yona back by just sitting around and waiting. If there are shades there, I'll just kill him and be done with it.
Oh dear.
Well, if that's the way you feel, I guess I won't stop you. Try speaking with the chief when you get there. Try speaking with...
Oh, our poor boy, consumed by rage, and everyone's going, oh dear. This dear boy. These black marks keep showing up on my body. Sometimes I wonder if I'm going to turn into a goblin or something, but thinking about it makes my stomach hurt, so I try not to.
The area, huh? All right, let's go see the chief.
What a soul-crushing place.
Seeing the chief at the Eyrie will have to be our next mission as we bring this episode of NieR Replicant to a close. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed more of this game as we have gotten a couple more fragments. I really like the Forest of Myth. It's one of my favorite areas of the game, genuinely, from like the mysteries of the lore to the way that they handle the writing of it. It's just really fascinating. And we got to do some incredible boss fights as well. Curious to see what will happen when we head to the Eyrie for our, I believe, the final fragment of this cipher, and see what we learn about the Shadow Lord next time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you then.